Tonight on Eagle Eye News at 6, an Auburn student is arrested for assaulting his Lyft driver. Find out what charges he faces next. Plus, homecoming is underway and candidates are sharing their platforms across campus. We've got the latest. Coming up, more on Delta Gamma's annual Anchor Splash event for charity and the amount they raised and where it's going to. These stories and more straight ahead. You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
Good evening and welcome to Eagle Eye News. I'm Chris Hausler.
And I'm Kara Rhodes.
An Auburn University student assaulted his Lyft driver early Sunday morning. 20-year-old Jess Irwin Ralston was dropped off at the social around 1 a.m. Sunday and assaulted the 58-year-old woman driving the car.
The woman had injuries on her face and arm and was taken to East Alabama Medical Center for treatment. Police arrested Ralston Monday, charging him with assault 3rd degree. Felony assault charges will depend on the severity of the woman's injuries.
The City of Auburn's runoff elections are coming up, and 4 different wards and the mayor's seat are up for grabs.
Eagle Eye Samantha Avila has more in the newsroom.
Yes, that's right. The wards are hotly contested as candidates debate downtown building heights and other citywide issues. Eagle Eye's Kaylee Bishop spoke with Ward 4 candidates ahead of the race.
Well, I came to Auburn the same way that a lot of academics do. I was offered a position in the Auburn English department, and so I've been teaching as a research professor in the English department since that time.
I've got a long history here. I've got several relatives that went to Auburn. My grandmother back in the 60s worked on campus. We've always been big-time Auburn fans, and when it was time, coming from law school and when it was time to have a family, coming from living in Pleasant Grove as I was younger, outside of Bessemer, when me and Haley, my wife, talked about where we wanted to live, there was no doubt that we wanted to be here in Auburn. You have the wonderful small town feel of Auburn, where you have neighbors taking care of neighbors and all the wonderful things, and it doesn't take too long to drive from point A to point B, but you also have the uniqueness of having a wonderful university here.
The biggest challenge for Ward 4 is one of 8 wards in Auburn. The biggest challenge we have in Ward 4 is that it's a relatively mature part of town that was developed 40, 50, 60 years ago with residences, and a great deal of that part of the city has nothing in the way of sidewalks. Ward 4 has 0 city parks. So we've lagged behind in terms of pedestrianization. We've lagged behind in terms of making that part of the city a 21st century city. And my neighbors, I think, agree with me on that. My newer point of view, which has been sharpened a little bit in talking with so many folks over the summer, is that the biggest problem we have is lack of participation by ordinary citizens who believe that maybe their voice doesn't count that much, maybe it's not essential for them to vote.
For me, going to each neighborhood, communication is huge. That's where we've created our agenda, is that we've gone to, whether it's Stage Road or whether it's Running Vine Lane or whether it's Burke Place or whichever neighborhood, it said, listen, what's important here? What do you need? Is there a street, do you need a street light down at the end here? Or are we having traffic problems here? Or what do sidewalk issues on Annaloo? What is important? So we've made a checklist. We've gone through and said, okay, in this neighborhood, here's the issues. And that's the agenda when we go to on October 9th, if I'm elected, that's the agenda I'm going to use going forward. These are what we've expressed. So communication is huge.
For the full interviews, visit our website. The runoff election is October 9th. Be sure to follow election coverage on our website, eagleeyeauburn.com. Live from the newsroom, I'm Samantha Avila.
Huge to me.
Homecoming is underway and candidates are sharing their platforms across campus.
This week I'm partnering. My platform focuses on bringing to light some areas that affect not only myself but many students, such as student employment, inclusion, and Auburn experience as a whole, and the ways to enhance them.
I'm a first-generation college student myself, and I've personally experienced the struggles and fears of deciding to go to college. This week, I'm asking you to remember when you were applying to Auburn. I firmly believe that as university students, we need to build a bridge to high schools in the area and assist students that feel weary about applying to college.
My dream is to create a scholarship for students who have previously gone through the Project Uplift program as a child. This would incentivize them once they are out of the program to excel in academics and behavior. My platform is also geared towards current Auburn students who have the opportunity to be a part of Project Uplift. The issue on Auburn's campus is that there are not enough mentors to help these children.
1 in 4 women will experience some extent of sexual violence in their time in school, and I firmly believe that if we consider ourselves true Auburn men and women, we should not merely follow the guidelines given to us, but instead set the standard for the ways in which we discuss and handle sexual assaults. I have 3 main goals: to raise awareness for the frequency of these offenses, to publicly advocate for legislation that would place a full-time sexual assault nurse in the University Med Clinic, and to simplify the process of reporting instances of sexual violence.
The election for Miss Homecoming will take place all day Friday. The winner will be announced at halftime at the Southern Mississippi game.
The Auburn Chamber of Commerce hosted a business fair this week. Multiple businesses from around the Auburn area showcased products and services for Auburn students.
The Auburn Chamber is putting this event on with Auburn University, and the Auburn Chamber's mission is to support local businesses. So what they do is they allow all the chamber members to come in and have a booth here so that they're exposed to all the students here. So students might not know that the businesses exist, and they might not know that there's opportunities to work there or intern there. So this is a great opportunity for students to find out about that. The other cool thing is that we have a bingo card. So you go around to all 21 of the businesses, get it punched, and then come back to the front and you can win really cool prizes. So there's some incentive with it, some networking. It's just a little bit different take on a business fair.
We have, I think, 22 of our members. We have over 1,000 members, so it's just a small group of our members, but we have some real estate offices, we have a couple of restaurants, a couple of banks, Spicer's Music is here. We think students should come out and get involved because it gives them the opportunity to learn about local businesses here in town that care about them and want them to take part in their business if they can. We also are giving lots of prizes out, so if they come and meet each one of our members, then they'll be eligible for prizes that we'll give away after.
The International Justice Mission is one of the largest international anti-slavery organizations, and their student-led chapter at Auburn is serious about fighting sex trafficking.
Last Saturday, Auburn students joined with others at the First Presbyterian Church in Opelika to stick labels on 2,000 bars of soap.
When I came to Auburn, I got involved with International Justice Mission, which fights human trafficking all over the world. And since then, my passion has just grown more and more, and I just have learned to love and care for these people who can't speak for themselves.
But what does soap have to do with human trafficking? I asked the event organizer, Hoffman Ryan, to tell us.
We've put the human trafficking hotline, labels with that hotline on bars of soap, and then we're going out to area hotels and offering them free soap. Often the bathroom is the only place where girls that are trafficked have any kind of privacy. So we want to put in the bathrooms this hotline as a ray of hope for them, that they might see it and realize that there's someone out there that cares and that can do something about it.
SOAP stands for Save Our Adolescents from Prostitution and was founded by Teresa Flores, herself a survivor of sex trafficking. And when Auburn IJM students heard a SOAP project was happening in Opelika, they had to get involved.
Auburn students should be passionate about this because it's happening in their home city. Like right now we're in Opelika, 10 minutes away from campus, and we're about to go and intervene in places where trafficking is actually happening.
People want to do something about this, but they don't know how, and this is a hands-on project.
We have shared real stories today earlier about things that happened in Opelika, Birmingham, Atlanta, Fort Payne, places that we're from. It's happening right here.
Want to get involved?
We meet every Thursday at 7 p.m. in the crew office, which is at Magnolia and Ross.
We'd love to see the day that if a trafficker thinks, where can I make a profit, they will not think Auburn or Opelika.
For Eagle Eye TV, I'm Patience Ray.
After the break, relive Auburn's victory over Arkansas.
You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
If you don't fix them, sparks from dragging tow chains could cause a wildfire, and that could be scary. Only you can prevent wildfires.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be tornado next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
A bounce-back win at home and an end to an undefeated streak. All this in all your Tiger sports. I'm Maddie Joyner with sports. After a tough loss at home, the Tigers looked to bounce back in their game against Arkansas, and bounce back they did. Jared Stidham would finish the game going 15 for 22 through the air for 134 yards. But the biggest play was a 96-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by Noah Igbenogany in the third quarter that gave the Tigers a 24-3 lead. The Tigers would go on to win 34-3.
The Auburn Tigers face off against the Arkansas Razorbacks here in Jordan-Hare Stadium. After last week's crushing loss to LSU, Auburn fans look to see their Tigers get their first conference win in SEC play.
The 9th-ranked Tigers came into the night's action looking to get off to a fast start, and they would get it as Jatarvius Whitlow would walk into the end zone untouched to give Auburn a 7-0 lead. After a field goal, Jared Stidham would extend Auburn's lead with the second touchdown of the game as he avoided defenders and ran into the end zone to give Auburn a 17-0 lead going into halftime. After an early Arkansas field goal in the second half, Noah Igbenogany would give Auburn a 24-3 lead with a 98-yard kickoff return. And then Jatarvius Whitlow would put the icing on the cake as Auburn would go on to win 34-3 over Arkansas, notching their first conference win of the new season.
We didn't play good tonight. There's no doubt about that. I mean, we've got to be able to run the football better. You know, we missed a shot or two, but that's part of it. You know, every game unfolds differently, and you know, like I said, we didn't play our best offensively, but you know, tonight didn't have to.
With the win, the Tigers improved to 3-1 on their season and will be back to face off against Southern Miss here at Jordan-Hare Stadium for homecoming. Reporting from Jordan-Hare Stadium, I'm Andy Hewling, Eagle Eye TV.
After a perfect non-conference schedule, Auburn soccer opened SEC play 1-1 after a 0-0 draw at LSU and a loss at home against Ole Miss. They look to get back on track Friday as they travel to take on South Carolina. Number 1 Equestrian takes on number 9 South Carolina at home Friday for the second match of the season. After the break, see what campus organizations are doing to raise money for charity. You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
I believe that this is a practical world.
And that I can count only on what I earn.
Therefore, I believe in work.
Hard work.
I believe in education,
which gives me the knowledge to work wisely
and trains my mind and my hands to work skillfully.
I believe in honesty and truthfulness,
without which I cannot win.
The respect and confidence of my fellow men.
I believe in a sound mind
and a sound body
and a spirit that is not afraid.
That is not afraid.
Not afraid.
And in clean sports
that develop these qualities.
I believe in obedience to law
because it protects the rights of all.
I believe in the human touch,
which cultivates sympathy with my fellow men.
And mutual helpfulness.
And brings happiness for all.
For all.
For all.
I believe in my country.
Because it is a land of freedom.
And because it is my own home.
And that I can best serve that country.
By doing justly.
Loving mercy. And walking humbly with my God.
And because Auburn men
and women
believe in these things.
I believe in Auburn.
I believe in Auburn.
I believe in Auburn.
I believe in Auburn and love it.
Auburn Dance Marathon raises money each year to fight childhood cancer.
Auburn University Dance Marathon is a unique organization on Auburn's campus that raises money for those in need.
The purpose of AUDM is to raise as much money as we can for the Children's Miracle Network Hospital in Columbus, and it really goes to like the NICU as it did in the past, and any equipment or medicine that needs to be funded.
This organization not only benefits those who are affected by illness, but it also impacts the lives of those who are involved within the group.
AUDM has actually changed my path of life. I came in as engineering and I changed to pharmacy, and I want to be a specialized pharmacist for pediatrics or the NICU.
My sophomore year of college, my dad was actually diagnosed with thyroid cancer, and seeing that personally affect my family was really difficult, and so I guess being a part of AUDM really changed the way I saw that, because I got to deal with families with these kind of issues on a daily basis, and it just really showed that not only does AUDM support kids and families, it also really makes a difference in my life too.
I fell in love with the cause and what we were doing, and how we were raising money and making a difference for something so much bigger than ourselves.
The members of the organization intend to beat last year's fundraising goal and bring awareness to the cause.
As an organization, I think our goals this year are to just continue to increase our fundraising from years past, and then to just really increase the amount of people we reach on campus.
Organizationally, I think it's just to raise more awareness, raise more money to help the kids in the hospitals, and extend past last year's amount.
When asked to describe Dance Marathon in one word, the members had nothing but good things to say.
When I think of AUDM, I think of family.
Inspiring.
Passionate.
Community.
Reporting from Auburn, Hope Sharp, Eagle Eye TV.
Dance Marathon's big event will be February the 9th, 2019.
Delta Gamma's annual Anchor Splash event made a splash for charity. Eagle Eye's Delaney Barrow has the story.
We are here today at Delta Gamma's second annual Anchor Splash event. This year, Anchor Splash is being held in the Martin Aquatic Center on Auburn's campus. Members of Delta Gamma help run the event, and the money raised today will go to the Delta Gamma Foundation.
The Delta Gamma Foundation has two branches, Service for Sight and Joining Forces. Service for Sight raises funds and awareness for the 5 schools for the blind across the U.S., and Joining Forces raises funds and awareness for our wounded military personnel.
There are 10 different fraternities participating in Anchor Splash today. On the schedule, there are several events including Save a DG, Best Belly Flop, and some relay races. However, the highlight of the event is the synchronized swimming routine contest at the end. Even Aubie made an appearance at the event. In Auburn, this is Delaney Barrow, Eagle Eye TV.
An organization that donates to 5 schools founded for the visually impaired.
Auburn's Homecoming Week continues tonight with the John Party concert on the campus green space.
John Party and Chris Lane are going to be coming to the green space to perform a country show. Chris Lane's going to open up. There's going to be a pep rally halfway through. We're going to throw out t-shirts. It's going to be a good time. And then John Party's going to take the stage after that. Free for students as long as you have your mobile event pass that you can find on AU Involved. Students can get in for free. And if you want to bring a guest who isn't a student currently, go to partyinauburn.com and you can get a ticket for $20. Concert's going to begin at 7:30 and it's going to run till about 10 o'clock, roughly.
After the break, a rare sports injury captured on camera. But first, a look at this week's weather.
You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
I believe this is a practical world and that I can count only on what I earn. Therefore, I believe in work. Hard work.
I believe in education, which gives me the knowledge to work wisely and trains my mind and my hands to work skillfully.
I believe in honesty and truthfulness, without which I cannot win the respect and confidence of my fellow men.
I believe in a sound mind, in a sound body, in a spirit that is not afraid, and in a clean sport that develops these qualities.
I believe in obedience to the law because it protects the rights of all.
I believe in human touch, which cultivates sympathy with my fellow men and mutual helpfulness and brings happiness for all.
I believe in my country because it is a land of freedom and because it is my home, and that I can best serve that country by doing justly, loving mercy, and walking humbly with my God.
And because Auburn men and women believe in these things, I believe in Auburn and love it.
A paddle player is recovering after crashing into a glass wall surrounding the tennis-like court. Paquito Navarro was playing in the Oiras Valley Portugal Paddle Masters when he ran into the wall and it shattered on impact.
Navarro only sustained minor injuries and should make a full recovery.
That's all we have for you tonight. Be sure to tune in with us each Thursday and check our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, for all the latest Auburn headlines. I'm Kara Rhodes.
And I'm Chris Hausler. Thanks for joining us in War Eagle.